Animation comes in all different shapes and forms across the globe, including the massively popular anime style from Japan. While anime shows are clearly dubbed in English for American audiences, the shows also go through a number of odd and sometimes crazy forms of censorship. Watch to see how blood is transformed, cigarettes are covered up, and one of the weirdest forms of censorship seen on the American version of Pokemon. Before you watch, click subscribe. You'll join our notification squad and be among the first to know of new ScreenRant content.
You ready to get to work?
Yeah. Let's do this.
Uranus and Neptune. Back in the 1980s and 90s, some American networks were not as open to showing all types of couples on animated series. Deke Entertainment, for instance, decided to make a major change to the Sailor Moon couple known as Uranus and Neptune. While the original animation portrays them as a loving lesbian couple, things were completely changed for American audiences. Not only was a lot of their romantic dialogue dubbed over, but they were presented as close cousins instead of partners. With some of the close scenes, they were super close cousins. Headless corpses. Sure, kids shouldn't be seeing headless corpses on their TV during Saturday morning cartoons, but there has to be a better way of censoring. On the anime show Terra from Mars, some of the violence gets a little crazy. Instead of editing out the scenes or using a blur, the anime was changed to feature large black dots over some of the bloodier parts. The black dots are not only distracting, but you can pretty much guess how the headless corpses look behind them. Maybe just move the anime to a time more appropriate for older viewing audiences.
On your feet.
Mr. Pegasus would like to have a few words with you.
A dangerous finger point. Similar to the success of Pokemon, YuGiOh became a big hit in the United States and led to trading cards, video games, toys, and an animated series. The series was imported from Japan, but not before some changes were made first. In one of the funniest forms of censorship, two goons with guns were censored in a kind of odd way. After bursting into a room, the guns were replaced with pointing fingers. Not as menacing for sure, but the finger pointing still caused a character to jump out the window in an attempt to escape.
Hey, there's plenty of time to become a doctor.
Safety first. It's always nice to know that American animation companies have the safety of a child close to their heart. During a Sailor Moon scene where Amy must leave her friends behind, she hops into a car. In the original clip, Amy drives recklessly in the front seat and does not wear a seatbelt like she probably should. Even though the angle lasts for literally 2 seconds, American children would not be exposed to rebellious actions as a seatbelt was animated directly over Amy's body. Now, thanks to the blink and you'll miss it scene, American children are safer than ever inside of vehicles. The Three Lights. Fans rejoiced when Cartoon Network decided to pick up Sailor Moon and air a number of episodes for their seasons. The only problem? Fans noticed a specific collection of episodes were missing from the lineup. These episodes involved the fictional band known as the Three Lights. While on stage and performing, the Three Lights were males in suits who loved to sing. When not in concert, the singers transformed into female superheroes known as the Sailor Starlights. Cartoon Network never explained their decision to not air these episodes, but there is definitely a place for them in modern-day animated television.
What are they all staring at?
Sonic's sign. Sonic the Hedgehog has had a number of animated series over the years based on video games and comic book series. One of the most censored versions of Sonic's cartoons was Sonic X. Originally airing in Japan, the company 4Kids decided to make some major animation changes to the show before it aired in America. Despite featuring English text in a number of backgrounds, a lot of the text was completely removed or just blurred out. One of the strangest forms of censorship came when Sonic once held up a sign with Japanese writing. Instead of translating the sign, 4Kids just decided to show a completely blank sign. Black blood. Anime is known to feature a number of gory, bloody, and sometimes violent scenes. The details in the animation are often great, but sometimes the limits are pushed a little too far for viewing audiences. Instead of cutting out scenes or obnoxiously trimming them, many shows have replaced the bright red blood with black blood. Terra from Mars is one of these shows. Not only is the blood color darkened, but sometimes a black cloud will magically appear on the screen to cover up sections of blood.
Explosive hot dog.
Smoking cigarettes. Changes in health awareness and lifestyle have completely transformed how animation is viewed and created today. Back in the day, characters like Popeye could openly smoke his pipe, and anime characters like Jotaro Kujo from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure would have cigarettes. To remove the smoking, animators covered up half of his face with pure blackness, although the smoke could still be seen. Even though the end result of this censorship looks pretty silly, the thoughts behind it make a lot of sense. Doing anything to promote smoking is not really ideal, although whole new animated scenes would have worked even better.
These donuts are great. Jelly-filled are my favorite.
Replacing rice balls. Watching anime from Japan not only showcases a different style, but it allows us to see different aspects of the Japanese culture. Unless you're watching some of the crazy edits featured in the Pokemon cartoon. In the original version of the show, Brock tries to enjoy some Japanese rice balls, but the American distributors decided to change them into jelly donuts, even though there really isn't any kind of resemblance.
This episode's showdown took a mere 76 seconds. Win!
The Fact Bats. Anime loves to push the limits when it comes to nudity and characters wearing barely anything on screen. While normal censor bars make sense in these moments, the show Rosario plus Vampire decided to take things one step further with the use of the Fact Bats. On the show, Fact Bats are animated bats which randomly appear during any scene which needs to be censored. The bats feel really out of place and add a lot of silly humor to some of the more serious moments. They also show up in some of the oddest locations and distract viewers in all the wrong ways.
You guys can't get around to me any sooner than this! Who exactly is she talking to?
And there you have it, the end of our list. What anime censorship was the craziest in your opinion? Are there any that we missed? Do you think the uncensored versions should get released? Let us know in the comment section below. While you're down there, don't forget to like this video, share it, and subscribe to ScreenRant on YouTube so you can stay up to date with all of our awesome videos. Thanks for watching.